daughter, lover, and before you feel sorry for me, I get it. It's not for everyone, but it works for me. I didn't deliver, silent figure. I was just on the ends, dropping gems with my friends.
There was a lot of heart in this story. I think it was a very interesting way to look at those who could be struggling in any form of way, and having that community and having that family and having someone standing with you. I think that's really the central theme throughout this. And I think you do a really good job of presenting it in a way where it's not overly corny. It does it in a very natural setting through both action and dialogue in this. I think the pacing is really great in this. I think you have a lot of really great transitions that build. It builds along with the script to create the character's perspective in a way that isn't jarring to the audience, and it makes it all the more heartfelt and easy to latch onto.
They had a really interesting approach to the main character, in particular, the backdrop of her assault and how it affected how she saw herself and how she wanted to change, how she sort of carried herself with the MMA training. I thought it was a really interesting contract. There was a really cool, stylish set with the entire piece. It had a very sort of elevated feel to it, and like a mixed a creative approach in terms of using music to carry the piece in a lot of ways that I thought was very effective, as well as using moments of intimacy towards the end and quiet moments to sort of create a level of emotional depth that I thought was useful for the piece.
I really liked the cinematography. I think that the filmmakers did a great job with how they filmed the stunts. The slow-mo effect that they added in with some of her practice sessions, and then the fight scenes, really, really great job. And the choreography of it was great too. So really, seriously, mad props for that. That was really, really cool. I loved the voiceover. Sometimes it was a little hard to understand what she was saying, but most of it I got, and I could definitely get the premise of the story. Great acting, especially between her and her girlfriend. I that rapport that they had with each other, I loved. I thought it was great.
Of a female fighter who's also a sex worker, yet that's not the focus of the story. What is the focus is her character's perspective on being attacked, unprepared, and struggling with this. She's very conflicted that she was not prepared in this attack. There's a good montage at the end with her working in the gym, where after 4 days of sitting inside and isolating herself, she's now ready to get back up and move on. And her skills, we see, are expert. A very strong lead actress, and overall a really good film.
I think it's prevalent to many people, and that's the notion of control and power. To have control of one's life is something everyone aspires to have. It's the one thing that gives us stability. But when outside forces come and tamper with that reality in your head, that control you have in your life, and you're reminded that there are unforeseen forces that you have no control over, situations like that can sometimes shake you to your core. In Sunday's Child, we see this when she gets assaulted or jumped in the alleyway, and even though she's a fighter, even though she's physical, because of that one moment where she was caught off guard, it shook her to her core, and as she was not expecting this fight. She was not expecting, she had no control over what had happened. And it's a very human experience. It's a very human reaction, how she ended up coping with it, because having that control taken from you can be very traumatizing.
I really liked the use of the buzzing noise. I think that was a very telling thing. So whenever it came up, it kind of made me feel the way she was feeling. Everybody needs somebody in their corner. I think that is the theme of this. I think it's what sticks in my mind the most. I thought the acting was good, and the editing and the writing.